Ooh.
Ready to rock.
I don't know. Well, historically, today is the start of the Nuremberg trials. It's also the date that the Essex was sunk that inspired Moby Dick.
Okay, we're gonna try this. I don't know what the heck happened there, but my screen went to whirly death. So we're gonna start this again.
It's Slim.
Ready to roll.
What going legit? Hear me?
I can hear you.
But you can't. The music's not playing, right?
No.
No.
Okay. What is going on?
Jekyll's here in
wants-
spirit. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Nobody gets the joke every time he pops up on the stream or does something. Technology just tries to explode.
Let's see this again. This is when I try to be prepared. It never goes as planned.
Yeah, speak of the devil. There he is. Hey, TK. Hey, Jekyll.
Hey, Jekyll. Hey, TK. We are having technical difficulties to start the show. You know, I am trying to get things going here. But how's it gonna go? We got the veterans. We got the veterans today talking. We're gonna play a few tracks, and then we will get into that. And then directly after this, I guess I'm gonna need to say. So whatever time this wraps up, we'll end this live, and we'll start a second live for that. Now let's try this again. Well, to be fair too, like this Jekyll and I share this channel, so that could be part of it. I inherited the tech STDs. Okay. Hey, Mrs. Jekyll. Oh, the song hasn't even started, Jekyll. That's how well we're doing today. We're gonna try this again. Please work.
Ready to rock.
What is going on?
Do you have to mute the rest of us and try to get it, see if that helps?
Were you talking to me?
No, I'm asking her if us muting would help with that. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, okay.
She's got a blanket got a blanket mute button, and the laptop sometimes, along with StreamYard, has issues.
I'm gonna
So
pull
just
everybody out of the. I'm gonna pull everybody out of the live while we play the songs, and see if that works. Because I don't know why I've never had this issue before, but you know, I don't.
I saw in black. I saw the Taliban dressed in black. That's my tool. That's my tool in his back. And he did not see. I was the U.S. Army. I saw the Taliban dressed in black. I saw the Taliban dressed in black. I saw the Taliban dressed in black. That's my tool in his back. That's my tool in his back. I was the one he did not see. I was the one he did not see. U.S. Army infantry. U.S. Army infantry. Whoa, 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 yeah. Whoa, 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 yeah. I saw the Taliban dressed in red. I saw the Taliban dressed in red. That's my bullet in his head. That's my bullet in his head. I was the one he did not hear. I was the one he did not hear. U.S. Army engineer. U.S. Army engineer. Whoa, 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 yeah. Whoa, 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 yeah. I saw the Taliban dressed in brown. I saw the Taliban dressed in brown. It's me who shot him to the ground. It's me who shot him to the ground. I was the one he did not hear. I was the one he did not hear. U.S. Army engineer. U.S. Army engineer. Whoa, 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 yeah. Whoa, 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 yeah. I saw the Taliban dressed in white. Now he's got me in his side. He was the one I did not see. U.S. Army infantry. Whoa, 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 yeah.
I love rapping, but I hate rap. There's too much politics involved and convoluting the straight facts. These actors play a role and get embraced quick, or real ones get ostracized just like a rapist. Some folks are probably like, why would you even say this? Because it's facts and I know that y'all scared to face it. But I stand firm on every word and solid on every statement. Whether or not you hate six, you gon' learn today. I'ma see that, cause this is knowledge for the mind and food for the soul. This is deeper than rap, just soaking the facts to bring awareness to areas that you lack. And it's all good, you can thank me later for the jewels that I dropped and the motivation to bring you to a better place while delivering you from evil directly with the hands of grace.
I don't let I watch you suffer. I don't let I don't I don't
Out on the battlefield covered in blood. Out on the battlefield covered in blood. There's an airborne sapper dying in the mud. There's an airborne sapper dying in the mud. The enemy came closing in until the soldier fell. The enemy came closing in until the soldier fell. So with one final magazine he sent them all to hell. So with one final magazine he sent them all to hell. Fallen soldiers, we stand on your shoulders. We stand on your shoulders. We carry your legacy. Carry your legacy. No one said that freedom's free. No one said that freedom's free. Fallen soldiers, we stand on your shoulders. We stand on your shoulders. I'll carry your legacy. I'll carry your legacy. Someday they remember me. Someday they remember me. Out in a foxhole, shaking in his boots. Out in a foxhole, shaking in his boots. There's a brand new private too afraid to shoot. There's a brand new private too afraid to shoot. The soldier to his left jumped on a hand grenade. The soldier to his left jumped on a hand grenade. And the gruesome price of war he paid. And the gruesome price of war he paid. Fallen soldiers, we stand on your shoulders. We stand on your shoulders. We carry your legacy. Carry your legacy. No one said that freedom's free. No one said that freedom's free. Fallen soldiers, we stand on your shoulders. We stand on your shoulders. We'll carry your legacy. Carry your legacy. Someday they remember me. Someday they remember me. Fallen soldiers, we stand on your shoulders. We stand on your shoulders. We carry your legacy. Carry your legacy. No one said that freedom's free. No one said that freedom's free. Fallen soldiers, we stand on your shoulders. We stand on your shoulders. Carry your legacy. Carry your legacy. Someday they remember me. Someday they remember me.
You know, they say that the VA was out to help the veteran, yet they're fucking the veteran. Putting a claim is denied because you ain't got no proof this shit happened and it's connected to your service. Did I have when I came in? No. I got one thing to say. Yo. Prepping for the war that I'm declaring on the VA. It don't matter what they do, no, it don't matter what they say. Casualty of wars better stay out my fucking way. But the bullshit ass rules will no longer fucking play. Let's drop a little truth, yo, let's speak a little knowledge. I'm down that the doctors have even gone to college. Do so much shady shit they're never gonna acknowledge. It's like they do cast, no, they're never paying homage to the ones that sacrifice their body. Talk about the veterans. Some have dressed themselves so you think the treat is better than your broke tan bones. Well, here's a scene of Ativan, MRIs and CTs. What the fuck's the point of them? Study any analyzing more what you find. Got abnormalities growing on your spine, but we ain't gotta treat it cause maybe I'll be fine. Any type of surgery will hurt about a line. To them, I'm not a veteran, I'm just fucking number. Yo, I never sacrifice shit, I'm not 6 feet under. That kind of thinking is lightning with no thunder. Makes a fucking sense, way to kill a boy, wonder. I mean, way to kill him now, take a kick back. You save a lot of money, yeah, we're never gonna forget that. You might take some flack, and you're probably gonna get yelled at by his friends and his family. Surely you can handle that. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. They some crooked motherfuckers, man, fuck the VA. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. They some crooked motherfuckers, man, fuck the VA. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. Fuck the VA, yeah, fuck the VA. Fuck the VA, yeah, fuck the VA. They some crooked motherfuckers, man, fuck the VA. Crooked like a politician, open pocket, hands are in it. Life is ended by your decision. Roll the dice to see if he's living. Then they ask to do nothing, and in the end, you kill him, my friends. We ain't numbers for veterans. The same was he asked to defend. Finish with devastation and religious congregation and the fucking Constitution and the flag that should be waving. When you're not out there burning it or steady turning it upside down because you're mad at a president. Let's get back to the VA. Let's talk some shit that's relevant. Deny someone's claim when it really is quite evident. You hide shit for patients. It is to their detriment. We're not in a crowded room to talk about the elephant. Rather kill a soldier than to give him all his benefits. I ain't enough to doubt, and it really is quite evident. We're looking over our past and you say we fabricated it and fabricated my CT. Man, it must be good as shit. I'm a made of elements. You saw up in my imagery. Ain't no hocus pocus, man. My name is Houdini, and I'm not the main character in the movie. Now you see me, but I'm going Jack Rowley. Got you thinking that you beat me. Enemy of death sins telling me to ride a wheel. Thanks for the advice, Doc, but I don't think that it will. Cheated death 11 times, I'm still standing here, and I'm looking you in the face, and I'm handing you the bill. Still refuse to pay for it, not connected to my service. Wasn't there, but I came in, and we're living by the burn. Pretend we use a JV8 just to burn our own shit. So you tell me who the motherfucking culprit is. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. They some crooked motherfuckers, man, fuck the VA. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. They some crooked motherfuckers, man. Fuck the VA. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. Fuck the VA, yeah, fuck the VA. Fuck the VA, yeah, fuck the VA. They some crooked motherfuckers, man, fuck the VA. Decide upon the line, yes, and bitch, you whine about the great medical. I was lied to at the time, cause I don't want the benefits. All I gotta say is this: if it's broke, to fix the shit. If I die, the bury the kids. Support this shit, so taking a loot and hit the metal. Even through your nose synopsis a lot like you, so it's been lied to. When we did it to them, we'll do it to you. We know I'm ready to aim and shoot at every single motherfucking falcon that is blue. For those that don't know, blue falcon is the buddy fucking line there that's snitching down and shooting their brother just to get a little gain. Put themselves above the other. The other one's laying in bed with an employee soldier's lover. You're too old for the shit. But I'm not Danny Glover. I'm sending lyrical missiles, so you better duck and cover. You can try to take me out by setting you undercovers, but I'm not alone in this, cause I know so many others. Getting fucked in the ass with a sandpaper condom. Should've recruited all the soldiers if you never really wanted them. Out here committing suicide, the likes are at the bottom. Call me 007, cause I go with James Bond on them. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. They some crooked motherfuckers, man, fuck the VA. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. They some crooked motherfuckers, man, fuck the VA. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. Fuck the VA, yeah, fuck the VA. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. Fuck the VA, yeah, fuck the VA. Fuck the VA, yeah, fuck the VA. They some crooked motherfuckers, man, fuck the VA. All I gotta say, man, is fuck the VA. Fuck the VA, yeah, fuck the VA. Fuck the VA, yeah, fuck the VA. They some crooked motherfuckers, man, fuck the VA.
We have lost SJ6. So
I'm sure he'll be back.
I don't know what the technical difficulty was, but and then I could hear it in that last song because I'm really familiar with that track by Jekyll, the speeding up and the slowing down, and yeah. But welcome, Yano Spad. This is so far beyond. You want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, I'm Bob. I'm 60-year-old old Navy squid salt. When the Navy was still the Navy, I was in part of multinational peacekeeping for Beirut, Lebanon, 82, 83.
Spad.
I was in from 98 to 06. I was 13 Bravo. I was an artilleryman, fired the 155 millimeter cannons.
Wow.
So yeah,
Loud, heavy, lots of fun.
How was, can I, honestly, is your hearing okay?
Close enough.
Okay. I mean, I have to. The VAs have to give me hearing aids because I. It wasn't my time in the service, but it was my time in the Merchant Marines. I worked on tugboats, and I don't know. I spent a lot of time running to the engine room.
The fun thing with the cannons, a lot of folks don't realize, is when you're that close to where the ignition point is, when it's firing it, you're not really hearing it so much as feeling it.
Wow. Wow.
It's a percussive shove to the chest if you're within, say, 10 feet of the breech block.
So it'll knock
If you're
you
in
down.
front of it, if you're not ready for it, yeah. In that cramped space, it can lead to all kinds of catastrophe. But we make do with what we can.
Yep. Wow.
So,
Jesus. Wow.
It's your
didn't
all
mean to
show
interrupt
today.
Luna.
No, I was gonna say it's your all show. I'm just gonna sit back and you all know that as long as I've been around, I do love to honor the military, show support and stuff. SJ6 is supposed to be here. Looks like the technology.
He might come back.
Yeah, looks like probably the technology bug.
Right.
Got him. Jekyll, who's in the chat, is an Army vet as well.
Right.
He was, I think, Boom Booms or Pow Pows or
He was infantry. He was 11 Bravo.
okay, infantry.
Okay.
Pew pews. Yeah.
Yeah, we got. I was actually an MS. I was a cook. Went into the Navy. I said, man, I just want to do 4 years and get out. Give me a cook's job. So I got a cook's job. And I ended up in the officer's mess. Well, we had the admiral come on board, and all of a sudden the carrier became Commander Carrier Group 4. Well, I went TAD with the admiral. Well, they kidnapped the ambassador's secretary or attaché, whatever you want to call him, and they kidnapped him and executed him. That was it during the days of the PLO. And Rear Admiral Martin said, I'm going ashore. You guys are coming with me. Well,
Yeah.
we got handed M16s in our 45s. We were good with our 45s. I had no problem with that. I've never shot an M16 a day in my life. I was good. I could fire a gun really good, though. All of us would. Went ashore. The Marnettes gave us all about an hour and a half worth of training. We're like, all right. They said, go get some chow. So we went. We got some chow. We come back, and they go, we need you to go up here. And all these blocks are secure, but there's a pile of rubble out in the center of this square. All we want you to do is to get up in that rubble and just get up in there and just sit. And we did. And we broke from the side of the building. And all hell broke loose. We were getting shot at from everywhere. It was terrible. I don't want to. I'm sorry.
Fine.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
So we took cover. I really don't want to talk about this anymore, but the outcome was we shot 12 kids with AK-47s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know you know what I'm talking about because you're Army. I was in the Navy. I was not
Sadly,
prepared. I was not prepared for that.
You never are. It's horrid. Horrid.
And you know what? Nobody ever talked to me. It got back on the boat. We just went to work. Nobody. Except the Admiral. Rear Admiral Martin caught us 2 weeks later, and he asked how we were doing. And we didn't have to. We all liked and had a lot of respect for the man. We're like, we're okay. We're okay. You know, when I realized how bad I was, it took all the way to 2019 when I exploded up here in New Jersey, and I woke up in county jail. I had no idea how I got there.
Yeah, my only real interaction with the Navy while I was in was actually Hurricane Katrina. I don't remember the name of the vessel, but they were tasked with coming out to give us one hot meal while we were down there for almost 4 weeks
Right.
helping out. And they were so happy. We didn't realize how many inspections that the craft had to go through.
Right.
But the command staff on the vessel was so happy that they got detoured because they were about to go fail an actual inspection because about a quarter of the deck plates were buckling. They had a lot of issues with the portion of the hull below the water.
Okay.
So we all filed in. We were told how to be able to get access to the ship. We've got on board, got to the chow hall, and we're like, oh, this is neat. Half their tables are kind of recessed into the floor. We didn't realize until afterwards that was actually part of the deck issue. But we headed back out of there, and greeting us upon return, they decided they really just didn't want to deal with their Marine Corps complement anymore. So they dropped off all but the necessary personnel to be able to man the security for the ship. And that's when I ended up actually being introduced to the Mack dump truck variants of the troop transports that they use, those mobile pillboxes. And I was laughing even more because we got stuck out in the middle of freaking nowhere, manning street corners basically to make sure nobody came in and out. And the driver is like, "Hey, you want to see something funny? Come here, come here." And I walked over. He's like, "Yeah, most of the guys have no idea this shit still actually works, but it's still funny as hell to me." Okay. He starts the truck up, and then the raising and lowering armature for the dump mechanism still actually works. So he lifts it up, like three half-used cans of Skull, a couple of porn mags, and some other stuff come rattling out the bottom. He dives for them like I'm going to go get them. I'm like, no, you can keep those. This is neat, though. You can keep those, though. And he just kind of grabs it all, puts the thing back together, and then runs up and hops in the cab of the truck to just keep an eye out. And I'm like, okay, all right. Oh, yeah, I got a feel for some of you guys some days because a few of the Marines that we had came over to talk to us. I was with the Colorado National Guard at the time,
Right.
and we had the United States flag flying at the top of the flagpole in the camp, and we had the Colorado state flag flying right below it. They came over and were honestly shocked that we spoke English. They thought we were Albanian. They wanted to trade MREs. We're just scratching our heads. We're like, what? No. And like, yeah, you guys seen the Canadians? There's supposedly some Canadian pilots down here helping out. I'm like, you're camping right next to them. No, we're not. Turned them around and pointed at it. They have their variant of the Black Hawk with the dual rotors and whatnot. And we had to actually point out, yeah, that gray on gray oak leaf with the two bars next to it, yeah, that's the Canadian flag right there. The pilots are getting to use the one functioning building in the entire freaking city that has air conditioning and climate control going so they can actually get some sleep. No way. Really? All right. But yeah, if you want to go talk to the Canadians, they're over there. Uh-oh.
Welcome back, SJ6.
Oh, thank you. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties and everything, but I'm still here.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh,
Never
Uh-huh.
stops. Never stops.
oh, yeah. I've had some interesting misadventures during my time. It was definitely. I don't want to repeat it, but at the same point in time, it's the kind of thing you really kind of value after the fact, after you've gotten away from it,
Yeah.
kind of deal. So, oh,
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many. When I tell people when I served and stuff, it's weird, and the wholly weird thing for me is it's classified as a police action.
mhm. Yeah.
Ugh. So how you doing? Are you out shopping? Are you shopping, SJ?
Something like that. I'm out and about. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, I do have to apologize. I thought you were a medic last time we talked. I didn't realize medical supply was something separate until after I'd actually looked up the MOS.
gotcha,
My
gotcha.
apologies.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh,
what did you do, SJ?
I was medical supply.
Okay, cool. Boy, that would have been a great job. That would have been a good job.
Oh yeah, it was. It was a pretty good assignment.
Yep. And it helped you when you get out. Did it help you out when you came out too?
It did.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
yeah, because of me being me, I've got issues with my hands. I'm nearsighted. I'm 6'3". Currently, I was 6'4" when I enlisted. Uh, because of my hands, my overall ASVAB score, I went from being able to do whatever the hell the Army had to a list of 6 jobs. I wasn't even actually allowed to be infantry, which is the funniest part, which I thought was hilarious. Too tall and too heavy to be a pilot unless I wanted to do a helicopter. Helicopter I couldn't do because I wasn't a warrant officer and I was nearsighted.
Jeez.
Everything else, for the most part, outside of cannons, was office work. And if you've ever seen The Incredibles at the very beginning of the movie where you got Mr. Incredible crammed in that tiny cubicle, yeah, that would have been me in the office. Wouldn't have ended well.
Yeah.
For anybody.
Uh-huh. So.
I got out and I actually sat there and I said, hey, I cooked. So I did an apprenticeship as a chef in Pennsylvania. And then my buddy called me up, who I played in a band with on the ship. He says, hey, I'm forming a rock band in Texas. Why don't you come to Texas? I was out of the Navy. I was, as we say, young, dumb, and full of cum. And I said, okay, packed the car and left and went to Texas. And never left till I came back up here in 2019. 35 years I stayed there. Boy. Do you live in SJ, have you lived in New Orleans?
Not. I got a lot of family there, but never like lived there.
Okay. That's
Most
a
of my family's from there, and my wife and her family's from there as well.
cool. Yeah, I like New Orleans. Is fun. Got to be careful, but it's fun. It's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a very exciting town. You know, I like it.
It is. It is. It really is. I've seen some great shows down there. I've seen some great I saw the Neville Brothers. That was great. That was great. So what is it? What's anybody cooking on? Anybody working on any music?
I got a few songs in the works.
Good. Good.
I'm not a musician or artist in that respect, so to speak. I do some of the narrations and intro narrations for some of the Haunted Homies projects. I'm more of an
Cool.
actual artist in regards to sketching, creating the logo she has for her channel and a lot of her stuff on her merch. That's all me.
Wow.
So
That he drew that.
Wow. Dude, you're an artist. It doesn't
yeah, when I
matter.
was in, good.
No, I was just going to say, it doesn't matter if it's music or you're an artist.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, back when I was in high school, I got skipped ahead to the art classes that had homework. I've got one piece still hanging in the local museum from when I was I think I was a freshman or a sophomore in high school, so about 95-ish, I think. Might be in the basement now down there for all I know, but
Wow. That's cool, though. That's really to have something physical, that you, man.
Yeah, I ended up learning the hard way. Don't bother mentioning that in basic because I ended up getting stuck having to put together like 2 murals for our frickin' platoon mascot. Thankfully, it was kind of simple. We were basically the Reapers, so we basically just had to draw shit on skeletons. Well, okay, well, I can do that. Oh,
I had it hell in basic training. My company commander, he was from San Antonio, Texas. And my last name is San Antonio. So when it came time for anything, San Antonio, let's show them the proper way to do a Navy pull-up. San Antonio, let's show them how to do a Navy push-up. I was like, oh. I got out and I looked at my father and I said, Dad, couldn't you change our name to Smith or something? Jesus. Man, that was brutal.
yeah, one of my buddies, he ended up messing his leg up, got recycled, and he got stuck having to be the gopher for his drill sergeants.
Oh wow.
And part of the exercise when we first get there, you're all kept up as long as possible. You get off of the buses, you go in, you're forced to basically go through all the things, handing over all the stuff you're not supposed to have, filling out all the paperwork, etc. And one of the things that the military stresses is you don't use punctuation, everything's uppercase, etc., etc. And the drill sergeants had to go do something, so they left him in charge, and he'd seen it happen like 2 or 3 times. He's like, okay, yeah, you're gonna basically have them fill this out. If they have any lowercase letters, if they have any punctuation, they have any of this or that, yep. Split them up into groups. Each corner has whoever the hell fucking whatever up. Anybody left sitting in their seats? Oh no, they got it right. Okay. They come in, they fill out the paperwork. He looks at it, splits them all up. There's about 30 guys that use upper and lowercase. All the other corners have something, but only one guy used punctuation, so he's all by his lonesome over in the corner. Drill sergeant walks in. All right, I can see this, but what the hell is that? And he points at the guy. And without missing a beat, my buddy looks at him. Yeah, that particular trainee, yeah, he has periods, drill sergeant. He ended up being known as Private Tampax
Wait,
for the foreseeable like 6 to 12 months of his career. Like, yep, whoopsie.
That's tough.
Oh,
Oh, man. Shit.
one of my buddies does dock security for the Coast Guard, and he I feel sorry for him. His last name is Bastard. The number of times he's been drug in the office because somebody had to call out for him by name, and somebody extremely sensitive didn't like the word. It's been a running joke for him for the last like 10 years.
Oh, really?
Uh huh. Oh,
Man, I
yeah.
ended up going right back to sea again. I've been working on tugboats until I got hurt. I worked all over the world. My last 5 years were up in Alaska. And, you were saying about people being, we used to get the college kids out of the maritime academies, and they'd be
Hmm.
all like,
Mhm.
you know, they're like, oh, well, you have to treat these guys with kid gloves. All right, oh, yeah, okay. And it's like, get the hell out of the way. I got this. You're messing up bad. Move. I got it. And then after you get it straightened out, you have to explain everything to them, which I have no problem with. But yeah, I know about the kid glove stuff. Man.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I joined in '98. I was honestly expecting something akin to Full Metal Jacket, but not that bad because
Mm-hmm.
times have changed. We got sat down four to a bunk and asked, "Do you mind if we swear at you?" As they handed out the stress cards.
Right.
I'm looking. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Are you
We
kidding
all,
me?
as a collective, we all collectively pitched the stress cards, and we had one moron that was about to lift his hand up and say, "I mind," but apparently his bunkmates or whatever who was stuck sitting next to him didn't really like that response, so they kind of weekend at Bernie's knocked him out and just held him up until the drill sergeants were done. Okay, it saves us about an hour and a half of sweating. I'll take it. Oh,
That's terrible. That's terrible. They're really doing that, though, with the stress cards.
I always
uh-huh.
heard the stress cards was like a myth.
I thought it
Oh
was.
no, one of the guys I met when I got back from active duty, he was part of the cycle where they actually tested those.
Hmm.
It's got a little filament on it that's similar to like the mood rings, the stones in the mood rings, which react to body temp.
Yeah.
You have to basically hand the drill sergeant or whoever the hell's bitching at you the loudest the stress card. They hold it. You reach over, put your thumb on the little panel, and depending on the color that comes up, they'll have to leave you alone for X amount of time. It gets a longer window the cooler the color is.
Wow.
And it's just like, yeah.
That's
And now they're trying to basically tell the drill sergeants they're not going to be allowed to actually scream at them, curse
Yeah.
at them.
Oh, damn, Jekyll. Jekyll just said, for those that didn't hear, the best first sergeant I've ever had in my 9 years of service, the most mentally strong dude I've ever met, put a gun to his own head and game over. It can happen to even the hardest.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can. My
Not
buddy who
everybody has the ability to. Oh, God, sorry.
no, I was gonna say my buddy who was on the ship with me, he hung himself. And then I had my
Mm.
best friend. He was in Iraq. He was Army. He was in Iraq, and I think he was in Afghanistan too. And I was up in Alaska working, and he went under the bridge and put a gun to his head. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
this was his problem. That thing we were seeing, fuck the VA, fuck the VA. Guess what the VA's fix all with him? Xanax,
Mm.
pills, 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 pills. I don't think Dan knew which way was up.
Well, if Biden has his way, you guys will just be allowed to kill yourselves, anyways. That fucking pisses me off to no end. He wants to take the same route that Canada did with, like, if you're homeless or a vet, you can just kill yourself. Like, it'd be cool to do it, you know?
Right.
It saves money. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the problem.
yeah.
There's too many of us. Too many of us who are doing it.
Well, they're expecting the attrition rates of like World War I and II, and it's not happening because everything's gotten not necessarily strict to the word, but it has gotten a bit safer, and the life expectancy of a soldier has gotten drastically longer than it used to. They haven't figured out how to be able to take us back from that ledge, and I don't know if they're ever really going to.
Yep.
Because once you hit a certain threshold, you can't really kind of rewire that kind of thing anymore. So you just got to find ways to be able to deal with it. And a lot of the self-ending spirals that a lot of us go down, it's primarily because we can't rationalize or be able to morally justify what it is that we went through or what it is that we ended up surviving that, in all honesty, we probably shouldn't have in our minds. So it makes it a lot more difficult to deal with.
Yep.
And since we've basically been told from square one that it's your problem, just cowboy the hell on, let's go. You don't bother reaching out until it's probably just a hair too late, and by then it's just done. I've lost 45 friends in the last 20 years out of the 68 I was relatively close with and served with. Not nearly enough of them from natural causes, I'll tell you that. But it happens.
Jekyll said after the why can't Sped, can you read Jekyll's comment?
I'm pulling it up. After the disastrous pullout of Afghanistan, vet suicide was up 33%.
Thank you. I can't say that word.
Yep. That I don't know.
Yeah, as messed up as it sounds, the amount of lives lost over that 20 years, where the primary focus, a lot of folks don't realize, was keeping a lot of the nefarious crap in their own country because they had a target to go after. We've lost as many people over that 20 years as were lost on the initial actual landings at Normandy. Just over 2,600. It's sad, but I'm exceptionally blunt. I generally don't deal in or have all that much in regards to contact with my emotions, except in certain cases. So for me, when it comes down to that kind of stuff, it's just I come off cold. I'm not, but it happens. Comparatively, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. So. Well, I'll tell you, I tip my hat off to you guys who were there. I actually tried to get in on the first desert with the Kuwait, and I tried to get on a what we call a gator freighter and a landing craft with the Marines. One of the big ships with the multiple landing crafts, I guess, in them. I wanted to get on one of them, and I was going to go back active reserve. And they said, no, we're going to need to put you over there in Guam. No, I'm not going to Guam. You're going to put me on a boat that runs into Kuwait. No, we can't do that. I said, all right, I'll stay out.
Jekyll said the problem is we had a job to do and drive on. We never properly had the time to process the loss of our brothers and sisters.
Nope. That's true.
Okay, SJ.
All right, SJ. We'll see you later, bro.
Hey, I'll be back y'all once I get stationary.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I might have to take off. I might have to head up to my dispensary.
That's fine.
How long are you guys going to be on tonight?
I'm gonna wrap this one up here once you guys have talked about whatever you want to talk about, and then I have another live that I won't be live for all that long, and then I won't be live again. So this is about wrapping up.
Okay.
We got about a little over an hour, so if you make it back in time, great. If
Yeah.
not, I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out somewhere down the road to do it again.
Speedworm, are we friends? Following each other on Twitter?
I'm following you. I don't know if you followed back, but I'm not overly concerned really with that kind of guy.
No, I'll
You're
follow you back.
constantly in my feed. I saw you posting earlier, so
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm there.
No, I'm just, I'm new at all this stuff. Really, I am. I'm 60 years old and I'm playing on Twitter and YouTube, and I'm like, what am I doing? Anyway,
Hey,
guys.
worst case scenario, you got a question? Just ask a 5-year-old. They'll figure it out for you.
You're absolutely correct. Actually, that might be too bad, but I actually had a problem with my phone, and I asked a 10-year-old. Oh, here.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, sir. And I'm like, all right, guys, take care.
Yeah, have a good one, man.
You too.
You too. Thank you for coming on.
It's about those questions you had.
Well, pretty much the only one I had was we touched on. I wanted to talk about I know their whole campaign is 22 a day, but I'm pretty sure that number has probably gone up now. But
Oh,
Jekyll,
I'm sure that.
Jekyll brought it up, so we talked about it, and then that was pretty much all I had for this. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add, or we can wrap this up, and I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette and then start the second live.
It's up to you. I'm good either way. You see how I can ramble, so.
So thank you, SJ6, So Far Beyond, Spad, Jacko. Thank you for sharing your stuff. We send our thoughts and prayers and my love to you and your first sergeant's family in this time. And I'm going to take about a 5-minute break, y'all, because I want to go smoke a cigarette. And then I am going to start up the live that hopefully you'll all be at, because I have something I need to say and it's not clickbait. So I hope to see you all. So I send our prayers to First Sergeant Davies' family. And I'll see you guys all shortly in a few minutes.